Everybody, it's Lexi D here coming to y'all with another video. In this one, we're gonna be chatting about Black women, specifically in dating. Are we obsolete?
Does the Pope help pedophiles get away with their crimes? Is the Pope Catholic and making the world safe for pedophiles? Does a bear crap in the woods? And does the Pope crap on the broken lives and dreams of 200 deaf boys?
Because it seems like nobody's checking for us anymore.
Seriously, this hoe be looking like Wakandan Gorilla Grodd.
So, I'm open to dating again. I have my moods like
someone throw a dashiki on this hoe.
Just like anybody else, where it's like, okay, I'm good, don't feel like dealing with that shit, I'm happy by myself. If it happens, I'm good. But then, you know, I explored that more, and I've been reading this book that's called If I'm So Wonderful, Why Am I Still Single? If I'm So Wonderful, Why Am I Still Single? And in it, in the very first chapter, she talks about ambivalence, and basically if you are not actually committing to wanting to have somebody, it's actually going to hurt you. And so that was something that I had to work through. And so I was like, okay, you know what, fine. I'm gonna put on my big girl pants and I'm gonna own this. I want a relationship. So signing up for these dating apps again, you know, recruiting people and stuff, and even interested in a guy who I work with, but I feel like he's not feeling me like that. We'll maybe get into that a little bit later. But anyways, basically I've done things to really illustrate that I'm out here and I want to date somebody. Now I will say for myself, I prefer to date someone within my own race. I do prefer to date a Black man. In the past, I have dated men who were not Black, but that was like in high school when I was really young. And it's just, for me, it's more of a connection thing and having that shared background. But what I'm being reminded of, this is nothing new, because I have been born and raised in Southern California. So these issues that I'm facing are not really anything new. It's just more it's more apparent now, I guess, in a sense, or more hurtful, I guess, because I'm getting older. Hopefully leads to something more serious and having kids and all of that. So for me, living in the LA area, I don't get approached by Black men. Like when I'm out and stuff with my friends, or when I'm out like at a grocery store or whatever, I don't get approached. I don't remember the last time I've actually really gotten approached. And let me say this before I even get to more detail in this video. Listen, it is gonna be a little bit of a pity party, woe is me type of situation. I do acknowledge that I have agency in my dating life, but at the same time, I want to acknowledge this big issue, okay? And I'm saying that this is a big issue from my—
There is no big issue with subjective-minded individuals like her. They only possess the capacity for anecdotal arguments. The short answer: men not approaching you does not mean there is a secret agenda designed to manipulate men. It just means you're ugly.
My experience, and also from the experience that I've seen with my friends, okay? It's not just me who is single in my friend group, Pretty much all my friends are single. I had a house party or I had a housewarming earlier this month, last month. I had a housewarming last month, and there was a lot of people here, and most of them were single, and I can safely say that I think most of them were open to a relationship. So yeah, anyways, I digress. But living here and being in this environment, it's like in high school, it was all the guys they wanted was girls who were mixed with long hair and with like long curly hair. Now, I'll also keep this in mind, I don't have an issue with interracial dating. Cute black men, and they were holding hands with women who are not black. Where my issue stems, where that comes from, is when a black man says, I will not date a black woman. But at the end of the day, when I'm at home by myself and you know it's a Friday night and I'd rather be out on a date or something like that, it hurts. It hurts to be basically told that you are unwanted, that you are not desirable.
Wow. Has she recognized the error of her ways? Is she realizing she needs to lower her standards? Does she recognize her attitude needs to change?
And you're not desirable because you stick up for yourself, or because I think that you're gonna, I being the guy, think you have an attitude just because you're black, or you're gonna be difficult, or you're not gonna be open to certain things sexually because of how our culture says this and this and this.
All right then. I guess not.
Part of me who just wants to have a really frank conversation with a couple of black guys and say, so what is it? Like, really, what is it? Really, what is it?
You have attitudes.
Don't give me this whole, oh, black women have attitudes.
The truth is that they don't want to know the truth. It's too much for them to handle. For a group that calls itself strong and independent, they are very thin-skinned. She has had the answer thrown at her to the point where she instinctively expects that to be a black man's answer. Yet she refuses to accept it as valid, despite its prevalence as a response.
Our different preferences, so we're not the same person, so it can't be something about us unless it is. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, and I'm not asking this to say at some point I feel like I really have no say-so in who I'm going to ultimately end up with. And
I love all my subscribers, but there is no way I am sitting through all of this crap. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment and subscribe.